Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and for today's video, I'm doing a sealed deck build in Cheviot, Ohio. That's in the Cincinnati, Ohio area at Hieroglyphic Games. Check them out on Facebook. We had a draft tournament to celebrate the launch of Transformers, the trading card game Wave 3 Siege. This is Siege 1. So it was a $30 buy-in. You got 6 booster packs, and I am going to look back on my build itself and then talk about some games in later videos and talk about how I did and what I learned. So yeah, so I'm going through my characters now. I'm going at double time to make the video a little faster. We got 30 minutes to build. For characters, I pulled RC, Hound, Red Alert, Scrapnel, Trigger Happy, Run Amok, and then for the little guys, I got Road Hugger, 2 Road Huggers actually, Ravage, that blue truck guy, I can't remember his name. Oh, Mudslinger, Lionizer, and Red Heat. So here I'm just kind of organizing my character pool, trying to put guys of similar size together. Just get a general idea of where my characters are at before I start looking at battle cards. And yeah, so if you look at my characters, they're not super hot. The person on the table next or opposite me, they pull Optimus Prime General, which is a nice pull. We had someone pull Ultra Magnus and his armor in the sealed pool. Someone else got an Ion Storm and a Alita 1. So now I'm organizing my cards by pip color. This is something I think the Vector Sigma guys talked about if you've checked out any of their instructional videos. It's just a helpful organizational tool to look at your cards quickly because you are building on a time limit. And as we go through, you'd expect a bit more blue than orange in your sealed pool, just on average. Mine was not an average sealed pool. I get a lot of black and a lot of white. A decent amount of colorless, and then more orange than blue. So then I kind of look at battle card effects, the kinds of things that, okay, now I'm checking for, are there any stars in my battle card pool that I need to take out and separate and say, okay, if I'm playing these, it puts a limit to my character stars. And then the other thing I'm looking for is like unconventional flying object, or that armor that only goes on trucks, tribal stuff that I might need to shape my characters a certain way to take advantage of that. And in terms of my character pool, I mean, I've got Ratchet, so there's a truck. I don't have a spaceship, I believe. I guess Mudslinger's a truck too. And yeah, the guy opposite me, he does pull an Ion Storm, which I'm pretty surprised he didn't play. I feel like Optimus Prime General and Ion Storm is a good foundation for a sealed pool. But yeah, so then I'm kind of organizing and trying to figure out, okay, how many trucks I've got, what else I've got, to see if that makes my character decisions any easier. And kind of going through this again, we'll see what I end up drafting. It's actually in the thumbnail for this video. But I'm trying to now organize by, okay, how many weapons do I have? Not a lot of weapons. Not a lot there. How many armors that give me +1? That would be nice because I don't have enough blue to make Tough really worth it. Tough wouldn't do much for the sealed pool that I've pulled from. I was thinking, right, I've got that black dagger, that's a +3, and I've got a lot of black pips, so that's something to play, I'm sure. And then, like, maybe Trigger Happy helps me fetch the dagger if I can't find it. And then if I play Trigger Happy, do I want to try and go all Decepticons to take advantage of the Decepticon cards? Looking back now, like, what I notice is Compact Shield on the table. I've got 2 of them. It's a +1 armor. It's okay. But that might have, maybe if I was a better drafter or better sealed player, I should have looked at that more closely and looked at the Autobots that I've got on the table that I'm trying to figure out. So now I'm like, okay, Trigger Happy and Runabout or Run Amok, or do I play Red Alert? Looking at this, back. Ratchet has 14 health and 0 defense, but I've got medics. Maybe I should look closer at Ratchet. Right now I've got Run Amok, Trigger Happy, Road Hugger, and then 2 damping fields. Or not damping fields, EMP waves or whatever they're called. So that's my 25 stars. I've got a force field. I think I overestimated force field's use in Sealed. You're not doing enough damage generally to make force fields super useful. Your opponent is going to be getting 3 or 4 damage in each turn, not like 6 or 7. So force field almost does nothing. In fact, I think if we watch my gameplay videos later, if you check those out, I don't think I play force field a lot, but I don't think it ever did anything, and that was a lesson I learned. And I think in the Vector Sigma Sealed article they mentioned that too, but I was thinking maybe the white pips would be useful, but I don't think it was a smart move on my part. What else do I see here? I think I drafted my characters too early. I think I should have just gone after, figure out my battle cards, the best battle cards I could play, and then later on gone after the characters a little more closely. I felt more comfortable going after characters first, but I think in the end, in the Sealed tournament, that did end up hurting me. And there I'm kind of checking there. So Run Amok will let me draw a card when I flip to bot mode. And Trigger Happy, I kind of want to flip back and forth. Road Hugger, flip him once and just keep tapping him to get that +3 effect. Because in Sealed format, if you're not doing a ton of damage, your Micromasters will live longer, which is a pretty useful thing to have. And yeah, the rest of my stuff, maybe I would have been smarter. Like, I've got 2 medics, I've got 2 diagnoses. If I had just gone Autobots, I could have lasted a long time. Plus the compact shields, right? That would have been the defensive core of my deck, I think, had I gone back and been a little more smart when I was putting this together. Device, Virus, and Quartermaster don't really do me anything. I'm kind of looking at RC. RC seems pretty good. Maybe like RC Ratchet and then Road Hugger or Mudslinger or something would have been better. Here I'm trying to like organize and see what I've got. Again, not a lot of weapons. I'm playing Debilitating Claw just because it is a weapon. Anticipation Engine was a bad choice. That was another bad choice. I think, right, I'm not going to blame it entirely on the pool, but I think I didn't get a great pool, but I also, my decisions didn't maximize the use of the resources I had. Anticipation Engine I put in there, but really that doesn't do me much good. And here I think I'm agonizing over, God, I really want to put that ramming, the whatever that truck weapon is called. Not weapon, sorry, the battering ram. The, and like, yeah, now I'm looking at, okay, Ratchet. So, you know, at least I think while I was deck building, I was thinking about the good ideas. I think I rejected them for my bias towards Decepticons, when really I had a lot of tools in here to make maybe a more competitive Sealed Autobot deck. And I know that in Sealed, you're going to get cards you have to play to make your 25 card count. It's going to be bad, but, you know, trying to not put bad cards in your Sealed deck as much as possible. Certain cards like Force Field, like that Anticipation Engine, would have been a lot better to not have in here. Same with Special Ops Mission. I'm really surprised I left that in. That was, I think, a total miss on my part. There, I think I'm explaining what the Ultra Magnus Armor does, or whatever that card was, to the person opposite me. Yeah, the Secret Mission, like, that was, I think, dumb on my part. It would have been smarter to play Compact Shields instead. Get rid of the Frag Toss. I was attached to the Frag Toss, I think, and I just had better Autobot tools looking back. But yeah, how did everyone else's Sealed tournament go? I'd love to hear, what would you have drafted differently? I mean, you can watch the video and see how, like, here I'm like, okay, there, right? I think that was the move, and I rejected it. I rejected it, which happens sometimes, you know. You live and learn. I really want to play Trigger Happy, I think. The other thing was, I think I had 2 defense guys, and I was like, oh, that'll help me survive longer, having that 2 defense. And that's true, especially compared to Ratchet's 0. But maybe I was too attached. I was overestimating the value of the defense stat. But I didn't do terrible on the tournament. I went 2-2. I think my final games were like 3, 4, and 1. I got 5th out of 10. There were 10 of us that showed up, and I got 5th place. Which, you know, it happens. But I was excited that we got to play Sealed. Like, that was super fun. It was the single biggest limited format we've gotten at Hieroglyphic Games. I'm hoping I can push people to draft. And I did get a bunch of extra promo cards. So I'm hoping I can do a giveaway on the channel later. If you need promo cards, you know, if you're subscribed, there will be an opportunity later for you to pick some up. And yeah, there I'm really going back and forth on RC. I think at this point I had my deck mostly determined, which I can read to you guys. So 2 EMP waves, Raider Run Amok, Raider Trigger Happy, Raider Road Hugger, and then 2 defensive formations, 2 rock tosses, a reactive armor, 2 combat daggers, an extra padding, a sturdy armor, which actually did come in handy a couple times on Run Amok, smoke cloak, frag toss, special ops mission, force field, there's that anticipation engine, calculated strike, 2 repurposes, battlefield scan, point defense system, which again, that one was dumb and I probably shouldn't have played that one, disruptor blade, dismantling claw, W5 gyro blaster. Oh, and I didn't talk about the emergency defense field. That was dumb and it's a bad card and I should not have played that.